Sesi Motion Challenge Puteri Indonesia 2024 sudah selesai dilaksanakan. Hampir semua finalis memberikan performa yang luar biasa bagus. Dan berikut merupakan 10 finalis Best in Motion Challenge Puteri Indonesia 2024 versi DPI Damu. Video dipersembahkan oleh Mentari Pejen, DKI Jakarta 2. Lady Diandra mendapatkan motion cukup sensitif yakni seputar politik. Meningkatnya popularitas kelompok atau partai Islam yang menentang pemerintahan neoliberal yang semakin meningkat harus didukung secara progresif.
Thank you. For me, I find myself somewhat to a certain extent agreeing and somewhat disagreeing with this motion. The reason why I said there is a certain kind of agreement with this motion is because we're talking about neoliberal government. And Indonesia is a Pancasila government. We're not neoliberal exactly. So when we're talking about PKS, FPI, they do exist in any kind of neoliberal government in different kinds of form. So they are somewhat supported. Because neoliberal governments support the freedom of religion, support any kind of advocacy, it is supported. But if we want to take it into Indonesian context, whether PKS and FPI can exist or not, they actually exist. Therefore, it is allowed by the country. However, I find myself to a certain extent disagreeing with this motion because I think if PKS and FPI have somewhat become a bit too radicalized, therefore it would be a danger for the society.
Banten, Latisa Maura mendapatkan motion mengenai cinta romantis, kekeluargaan, dan tentang pengorbanan.
I also agree to this motion because love can mean anything. And for me, in terms of relationship or marriages, to be specific, love is a true commitment where most of the time you have to leave your family, you have to leave your friends and focus on your marriage, because I truly believe in my morals that the family that I created is more important than the family that I come from. Thank you.
Kalimantan Selatan, Emanuela Bungasmara mendapatkan motion tentang gerakan feminis yang membatasi penggunaan make up.
I disagree with this motion. I believe that feminists, they support women for whoever they are, regardless their background, whether you love wearing makeup or you do not love wearing makeup, whether you love fashion or not, whether you're a tomboy or you're feminine. Feminists, at the end of the day, their point is to support women for doing whatever they like as long as it is positive and as long as it is for the good and for the well-being of their self. Thank you.
DKI Jakarta 4, Alisa Rosvita mendapatkan motion tentang sosial media sebagai sumber utama penyebaran berita.
I disagree with this motion. Social media is a platform where you can share information very easily, although it does have disadvantages such as the accessibility to hoax news or the ability for someone to create false news about a certain person or a certain current happening. So, besides those disadvantages, having social media as a platform to read media and as well as having access to current news is great because it's quick, the information can be absorbed quicker for us as well. We just have to be able to filter out the messages that may be wrong. Thank you.
Jawa Timur, Melati Teja mendapatkan motion tentang kehadiran donasi dan amal merupakan kegagalan simbol kemanusiaan.
Saya tidak setuju dengan mosi ini karena saya melihat bahwa donasi dan amal merupakan bentuk dari kemanusiaan yang bisa kita lakukan dengan mudah untuk orang lain yang membutuhkan. Akan tetapi, kita bisa melihat bahwa saat ini banyak fenomena di mana orang-orang menggunakan amal dan juga donasi untuk keperluannya mereka sendiri. Jadi mereka membuka sebuah donasi untuk keperluan mereka sendiri. Nah, ini yang sangat disayangkan dan inilah yang menghilangkan nilai daripada kemanusiaan itu. Sehingga saya melihat bahwa amal dan donasi akan menjadi sesuatu hal yang baik ketika kita bisa menggunakannya dengan tepat dan tujuan yang tepat. Terima kasih.
Jambi, Miracle Sitompul mendapatkan motion yang penuh makna dari sebuah film. Kami yakin Gotham akan lebih aman jika Batman mengabaikan aturan dilarang membunuh.
I agree with this motion. In my humble opinion, it is better to kill a very dangerous criminal to save many innocent lives. because it will reduce the crime rate significantly and becoming a safer place for its citizens. And I want to encourage you all to be critical about rules and always think about what is the best for many people. Thank you.
DKI Jakarta 3. Larissa Amelinda mendapatkan motion tentang wajib militer atau dinas militer adalah pelatihan wajib bagi masyarakat Indonesia.
Thank you for the motion. I firmly disagree with this motion because I know that it might work in some country, for example in Korea, it might work, but in our country where we uphold democratic values, I don't think it works for our country. Because I believe that when we promote democratic values, we need to respect people's individual rights. And doing this military service, we go against that. And I think us as Indonesian, our country, our government, we should instead do something else to promote the national unity. Like for example, the community service that will help our country to unite. So let's uphold the democratic values of our country, Indonesia, while also bringing inclusivity and flexibility for a better country. Thank you.
Bangka Belitung. Joan Angelina mendapatkan motion tentang atlet dan kriminal.
I disagree with this motion because I believe in second chance. Athletes that have ended their sentences from doing criminal crimes have the right to go back to their careers because I believe that everyone has made a mistake and it is up to us to accept and move on. Thank you.
Nusa Tenggara Timur 1. Veronica mendapatkan motion tentang keterampilan kejuruan di atas mata pelajaran akademis tradisional.
I disagree with this motion because I think between vocational and then traditional academic, it has to be a balance. Vocational skills prepare someone, teaching someone to have a life skill that they can use in their career. But traditional academic like history and then language will prepare someone to know about their culture, know about our identity in Indonesia. So I think there needs to be a balance between both of it because smart people is not only smart academically, but it needs to be a balance between life skills, soft skills, vocational skills, and then also traditional academic knowledge. Thank you.
Dan yang terakhir ada Daerah Istimewa Yogyakarta. Sofi Kirana mendapatkan motion tentang kita harus membuat anak-anak memiliki pendekatan yang logis terhadap kehidupan.
Okay, thank you. I both support and do not support the motion because sometimes, even though logical is very important to problem-solving skills, but sometimes it takes emotional skills as well to problem-solve the problem. And logical is very important to problem-solving because it is how we survive through logic. But sometimes being logical is not always important. We should also remember that emotion is also important whenever we deal with people and real human. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ada juga penampilan motion challenge dari finalis lainnya, Bali.
So I disagree with this motion because I feel like the integrity our military institution has is very high, and it's such an honor for our people to be part of it, and it is on high demand. If we make it mandatory, it loses that value, it loses the integrity value, it loses the honorability value, and yes, I feel like it's very ineffective, especially with our landscape and with our population, which is very, very much. We have so many populations. Yeah, I strongly disagree with this motion.
Okay, thank you very much.
Jawa
Saya
Barat.
setuju dengan mosi ini karena menurut saya seorang atlet yang tentunya sudah dikenal dengan banyak orang itu menjadi suatu public figure yang juga menjadi sosok inspirasi bagi masyarakat. Dengan adanya public figure atau atlet yang sudah memiliki catatan kriminal tersebut, itu akan mengakibatkan kepada masyarakat menjadi suatu, itu akan
boleh bantu tepuk tangan.
Itu akan mengakibatkan dampak yang buruk kepada masyarakat karena menjadi seorang public figure tentunya harus memiliki dampak yang positif. Maka dari itu saya percaya bahwa kita perlu melarang suatu atlet dengan catatan.
DKI
I
Jakarta
strongly agree
1.
with these motions. I believe that Indonesia is a country with in Pancasila as its philosophy, that at its core it upholds that we should believe in God. And I believe in all religious teachings, they always teach us about moral values that we must uphold in our everyday life. Like the golden rule, like we treat others like do you want to be treated. And therefore, I believe that I strongly agree with these motions that we should teach moral values through religious contexts, especially in the country like Indonesia. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank
Dan Papua Barat.
I disagree because I believe that every profession, everything that we learn from historical or any traditional subjects, it's also important and helping us building a cute community that is helping each other. So without each other, I don't think we can be complete. Sometimes we always glorifying like being a doctor, being a civil servant, tapi untuk diri saya sendiri, saya percaya bahwa setiap manusia itu diciptakan dengan bakatnya sendiri dan tanpa satu sama yang lain dengan bakat yang sudah diberikan oleh Tuhan, kita tidak bisa hidup menjadi community yang baik manusia.